Hello, this is episode 164 of Skate Fillet. I am Grant Fierro here with Mike Medina. And
What's up,
Mike,
Grant Fier?
what's up, Mike? We got an
Uh,
interesting topic list this week, as we were just discussing before we started the show. We have multiple announcements of people leaving a sponsor, some contests, a few videos, but not too much this week. But I think we should attack the news aspect first. We have Chaz Ortiz announced his departure from New York, which is interesting, I think, because he's been there forever. So in that sense, it's like, wow, that's pretty crazy. Like he's been there for, do you know how many years, Mike?
Dude, it's got to be like 15, man.
Yeah, it's like forever, literally forever. Um, so in
His
that
only
sense,
sponsor, so
yeah. In that sense, it's pretty crazy and surprising. But at the same time, it's like we don't really see New York doing much. Their team has always changed a ton in the past, whatever, 5+ years.
oh
Um,
yeah. I
so at
think it was a
the same
huge
time, it's
deal
like,
when
what?
I was gonna say I feel like it was a really big deal when Westgate left. I feel like he was one of two people that you directly associated with that brand.
Yeah, exactly. It was Chaz and
Yeah.
Brandon. We would think about Westgate left.
Yep.
Now Chaz is gone. I don't even the little like reading I did even about this. I saw people saying, and again, I don't know if this is true. I saw people saying that J.C. Penney actually owns part of Zoo York.
I've heard that too. I don't know if that's a fact or not, but I've heard
Yeah,
that as well.
yeah, which is crazy. If that is true, I mean, regardless, that's like if you Google Zoo York, J.C. Penney is like one of the first three that pop up. It's like I think it's before the actual Zoo York website. It says like buy Zoo York at J.C. Penney, which is super weird.
I feel
Um,
like that's always been a thing though.
yeah, they've sold their stuff in J.C. Penney for a while.
Yeah, for
Nothing super
sure.
new, but that was just like a random. Like I was just trying to get some info on New York and about Chaz leaving, whatever, and then came across that. I was like, "Whoa, that's weird."
That is wild that that would come up before their actual like brand.
Yeah, it's pretty insane. Um,
Yeah, I don't
and
know. The whole thing for me with Chaz is like he left L.A., left Cali to come back to Chicago and whatever, and like try to bring out the Chicago scene, which is super sick. I love that. But
yeah,
like, what's going? Like, what happened ever since? I kind of okay. So like we kind of just mentioned this off air, but like whenever a skateboarder leaves their sponsor now, it's like the every single post gets flooded with primitive, 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 and
yeah,
it's like I don't understand where that's coming from anymore.
yeah. If you go to
Like
Chaz's
where?
post, like all the comments for days just primitive, 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 which is just crazy because I think it's kind of random. It's like, is he homies with Paul? Like, yeah, he used to skate with Pierrot a lot actually when he lived out here and spent a little more time in California. But
Yeah,
I don't think that even really has too much relation to all these kids just commenting primitive. I think it's like primitive had a big impact when it first launched, and dudes like Paul started the whole, oh, I'm gonna skate a spray painted board, and then started his brand, and those dudes came to it, whatever. But it's pretty insane that it has the impact that like almost every single time you see a pro skateboarder post that they left their brand or they're skating a blank board, the comments immediately go to primitive.
yeah.
It's,
Actually, very random in my opinion.
yeah, I know what you mean. It's pretty
Because
wild.
it's actually never primitive.
Yeah, rarely. It's like the funny thing to me to think about is like, okay, if you comment primitive on every single dude that leaves a brand, like I get primitive is killing it right now. I'm sure they're well off, but like they can't add every single person. You know,
Right.
it's like they're not gonna have 40 people on their board company. It just doesn't make any
Pretty
sense.
sick. But I
Um,
still gotta turn Frankie pro. They got shit to do over there.
but as far as Chaz, do you have any guess as the next move? Have you heard anyone talking about it?
It is like I've kind of been like trying to ask around and stuff, and like it's like a huge secret.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not trying to talk about it at all, I guess, until whatever happens. But from
Analyze
what
it.
I've heard, I guess there is a place.
Yeah. On his
Like
post.
he has something in.
Yeah.
In my opinion, what I do kind of seeing happening is I might like we're gonna get to it soon, so I guess I can just jump topics now and come right back to the Torey leaving
Yeah.
his board brand as well, or leaving Plan B. What did he get rid of it out of his bio, or he's off the team page or something like that?
Torey took Plan B. He has all his sponsors listed in his bio, and he took Plan B off.
Okay, yeah. So that's come on, like you don't gotta be a wizard to figure out what's going on there.
Yeah, and we've seen
And
like
Torey,
this doesn't shock us. At least people have been kind of paying attention to that. He's seemed to be like covering graphics with huge Thrasher stickers at Tampa. Just stuff that kind of seemed like he was leading to his way out of there. And then the other day, I just went on his Instagram, saw Plan B was gone. I was like, all right, well, looks like it's basically official, like about to happen kind of thing. And last time I checked their team page, he was still on it, but Torey taking it out of his bio means like it's done.
I mean, it's done for him.
Yeah, exactly, which means it's done. Like
in his mind, clearly, you know what I mean?
yeah, so I don't know. Maybe it's like
I don't know. I still think that I still think bad news skateboards is going to happen. And I think that's where Chaz might end up. That's where I was trying to go with this.
oh, you think Chaz might skate for Torey's band?
Yeah, I could see that happening. That wouldn't shock me at all, honestly.
I could see Chaz, like Manny Santiago commented on Chaz's post and said "Fortune guest board," which
Oh, that'd be cool.
leads me to believe that it's not
Isn't
like
that Manny?
yeah, he's a part owner.
Isn't that his brand?
Yeah,
Okay.
which Manny saying that obviously kind of shows that there is no plan of Chaz like really being on the brand, but I think that would make
Right.
sense. I think him and Manny like they just make sense together. They obviously are homies. Seen them skate together a ton. I think he'd
Yeah.
be a good fit for that company, but I don't know if
Mhm.
that's where he's going to
That's
go.
another New
That's
York
just something
brand,
that would
though.
make sense. Yeah.
That's another New York brand, though, and I'm pretty sure there's like an interview where Chaz talks about how like he spends very little time on the East Coast.
Yeah, but neither does Manny.
I don't know. I kind of wonder what Chaz is gonna do as far as like if he's gonna go back to Cali or not.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That's interesting. And
Very.
then kind of to wrap up this whole board sponsor dilemma.
This is my favorite one.
Austin Gillette seems to be he's off weekend. He's weekend list their team riders in their Instagram bio. They took his name off. They took his name off the team page on the website. So that's as clear as it gets. He's obviously no longer skating for them. He was seen recently. He was in New York skating with Sean Pablo and Strobeck. And then on his story, it looked like it wasn't like this is my board, but he filmed Jake Anderson, and then you could see a board that like looked like it was right next to Austin. That was the FA board.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, like I think we mentioned it on here. And there's like if you go to Slap or Instagram, like there's tons of people mentioning a new FA company starting, a third brand, and him being a part of that, which is definitely.
I think that's a great move.
You think it's a good move?
Absolutely. I think that's really cool for a cool like evolution for him. Like another like. I don't know. I kind of feel like Weekend was not. I don't want to say like beneath him, but I feel like Austin was definitely like by far the biggest name on that brand.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like by far, like light years ahead of everyone else. Like, yeah, people know who Johan Stuckey is, but a whole lot of people don't know who Johan Stuckey is too.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I just think that with Austin going to like an FA brand or like a hockey-esque type thing, I think that's a real. Are they going to do a third brand, or is he just going to one of the pre-existing ones?
I mean, we don't know for sure yet, but a lot of the comments are people saying that they're doing a third company, and he's gonna be like the first dude, or like whoever they launch it with, he's one of them.
Got you. What were the other names that were like? I know it was Louis Lowe, and what was the other
I know
one?
Louis Lopez was mentioned. I heard people mention Jake Anderson, which
Oh
Jake
yeah,
and
Jake
Louis still
Anderson.
at the moment both have board sponsors. Um, and this is just internet comments. But I mean, obviously Austin and Jake together make complete sense. And I've heard other people in the past say that like FA or hockey were going after Louis, and Louis homies with Nikel. And Louis leaving Flip isn't going to be a huge shocker at this point. So
Why do you say that?
I just think a lot of people have mentioned him like going to other brands, like rumors going of brands going after him. And I don't think Louis seems to really rep Flip super hard, honestly. Like obviously he's skating their boards, but you don't see Louis like out skating with he skates with Kern because that's like his good homie, but they're not going on flip trips all the time, and he's just says I just feel like it's just like a sponsor right now. It's not something he seems to be like super hyped on.
I don't know. I don't really get the vibe that he's like bummed on or like doesn't really rep it. I feel like he's been there for so long that the brand is just associated with him in itself.
Yeah,
Like he's literally been there since he was a child, you know what I mean?
yeah,
So
he has for sure. He has for sure. I know what you mean,
I
but
wouldn't
I
say it's
don't.
shocking, but I wouldn't say that it's like completely just like, oh yeah, for sure he's whatever with Flip. But as far as like what Flip's doing, I definitely it seems like they're definitely starting to go in their AM direction.
Yeah, they're pushing Marcos Montoya,
Oh yeah,
which
and then there's another one too.
yeah, I don't remember the other Am's name, but
Can't think of it
Marcos
right
is
now, but yeah,
super sick.
dude, that guy's the shit. That's what I was saying. That's like a dude that I'm like stoked on right now.
Yeah, his style's amazing.
I
Yeah,
agree.
I see what you're saying about Louis and Flip, but I think for a pro like at his caliber that was basically like second place Sodi last year went off. Like I think they either he'd be pushing them and they'd probably be pushing him a little more. As far as like ads or just
Did he
social
have a
media more.
part for Flip last year?
No, and when he was asked about the Flip video that we've heard other people mention in a recent interview, I think it was with Route One. He said, "I don't know anything." He literally, if you watch it, I'm not going to quote it because I don't remember, so I don't want to sound like I'm quoting it. But he basically says, like, "I don't know anything about a Flip video. Like that hasn't been mentioned to me." So that to me just yells like their relationship's dying, or I don't know. It just seemed like it just seemed weird.
Seemed like he was over it.
Yeah, I just don't think he's going to be there. I think he's probably tied up to a contract right now, and when that contract's done, I see him out of there for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I see this fucking awesome thing happening. Honestly,
Yeah, and I think I won't be shocked if Louis ends up there.
nope. That'd be such a sick brand to launch, like the three dudes to launch your brand with.
Jake, Louis, and Austin. Yeah, it's a really good lineup of three dudes.
I would look on anything like that any of those dudes put out. You know.
Yeah, I really did like. I see what you mean about Austin and Weekend, and in a way, kind of like being bigger than that brand.
That's how I've always felt.
But I honestly I loved him on Weekend, and I just think Weekend is obviously amazing video projects, and I thought he was cool on that company.
Mm-hmm.
But I get like him leaving, kind of. I get it, you know. It's
It
like
was
what,
like big fish in a small pond thing, dude.
yeah.
That's how I've always viewed him being there. It's just like, okay, there's Austin and everyone else.
But part of me felt like he was
Which
gonna
I don't
be
mean like
there because it seemed like those are his friends, and he wanted to skate for a brand that was his friends.
mm-hmm.
But now it's like I get it in terms of like what you mean of him kind of like moving forward and progressing, like just doing something else. It makes sense for sure.
Yeah, I think it's just bigger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What else we got on this list?
Well, one more board thing. Cody Lockwood was added to Creature Pro Part,
Which is really weird because I feel like I've always thought he's been there.
really.
Like I swear to God, when it said introducing Cody Lockwood, I was like, wait, what?
Dude, the funny thing is, I just watched a new skate line, and Gary Rogers was like, "It's about time. Like you've been on small versions of Creature, like Creature-esque companies. Like
Dude,
it
who
just
did he
makes sense."
ride for?
I believe he was on Blood Wizard before this. I think,
Wizard, huh?
think so. Um,
I'll
but-
give you $1 million. Who did he used to ride for? I'd have been like, wait, he wasn't on Creature.
That's funny. But did you watch the introduction?
Yes, dude. He does like really crazy tricks in the deep end, like hard
Okay.
technical tricks.
This is what I was gonna say. I feel like these tech pool tricks. It's like tricks you would see someone do like on a 3 or 4 foot quarter pipe at the skate park, and you'd be like, "What? That was insane." But it's in the
Those
deep.
are like mini ramp tricks.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like what?
If I'm not mistaken, I could be totally wrong, but he's a Nike guy, right?
Yeah, it's on Nike.
Okay, I could be totally wrong, but I swear that Cody Lockwood used to ride for iPath.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Why do you
And
like
if
give
that's
him
the
memories
case,
about that?
if that's the case, like talk about a fucking come up, dude. Like you went from iPath to
I'm gonna
Nike
Google
SB.
that and see if anything comes up.
I don't know why, but that name, that's like what for some reason I feel like that's like why I initially found out about him was from like some iPath thing or something. Or like another very minuscule shoe company.
Dude, I think he was.
What if I'm right? Yeah, dude, I'm pretty sure he was, man.
Yeah, he was. Kevin Kowalski and Cody Lockwood, Northwest iPath edit.
Yeah,
2013.
He was too.
Wow.
I totally remember that.
Good memory, Mike. I
think that's why I know who Cody Lockwood is.
Well, did you ever see the Flat Earth?
What?
You saw the Flat Earth, right?
Yeah.
And there's a part in that.
What?
He has a part in the Flat Earth.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so you've seen him since then, but what iPath is like the first memory?
That's what I mean. Like that's how I like know who he is.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, I think we really already said it. It's literally like this dude is doing mini ramp tricks in the deep end of a pool, and I can't get over how gnarly that is. Nose blunt, flip.
He looks. Yeah, that's insane. I feel like I'm like most familiar with him from those like mono and mono.
Oh yeah, he did. He has done that too.
Yeah, he's done like every year they've done it.
Random side top,
which I guess would make sense. He's like an NHS dude.
Is he? I know he's not on any
Creature
brands. I don't think.
What?
Now he's on Creature, but other than that,
I'm assuming he's probably been on Creature for quite a while.
Well, I mean, they just introduced him.
Yeah, but I mean, sometimes it's like that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it was in the works, but like he's on.
Look at Robert Neal, bro.
What? What'd you say?
Robert Neal is literally. I said, look at Robert Neal, bro. He was literally associated with the brand from the jump, and it took that long.
Yeah, but Cody Lockwood wasn't like going on all the Creature trips.
We don't know that.
I mean, he had another board sponsor until filming.
Wizard?
What?
He's sick. I bet Cody Lockwood.
Yeah, the kickflip backflip of Washington Street was hectic.
He's definitely a Bones guy, huh?
Yeah, he's on Bones.
Yeah, I can like picture his board with the sticker on
it. That's funny.
Ugly ass. I'm just kidding.
Mike, at the Copenhagen Pro, they had a contest on a 40 stair rail.
Wow. That was by far my favorite thing of the week.
How psycho does that sound?
Oh wait, is this the week with King of the Road Peace Down episode?
That was last week.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like this
yeah, first skate fillet. Well, no, the drop on. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Anyway, Copenhagen Open though, like Kevin Backel, what is his name?
Yeah, Backel.
He's definitely the standout. Like that dude is beyond gnarly.
What 5-0?
Yeah, like my God, dude. Like who else? What else happened? A 50-50 in a board slide?
Smith grind. I think Ducky Smithed it.
Oh, wow. I
Was
don't
it?
think I saw a Smith grind.
Yeah, it was Smith grind for sure. I believe it was Ducky. Jamie 50'd it. And then
Oh, what? Ducky Smith grind? That's fucked.
I think it was Ducky. I know it was a Smith grind. I'm just trying to remember. I want to say it was Ducky.
I hope so.
And board slide. Board slide's crazy though. Like, you think 5-0 is for sure the earliest? That's what you're saying?
I think 5-0 for sure wins.
5-0's buck. Board side's pretty.
Dude, that's insane.
Like, you're not locked in.
But a Smith grind is easier. A Smith grind's way easier to hold than a 5-0.
Oh yeah, 5-0 beats Smith grind, but and 5-0's scarier than the board side, I bet for sure. But like board side's gnarly to hold it because you're not locked in. You're just moving.
Yeah, you're not. Shit, I never really thought about that. That's true.
That's pretty gnarly.
Yeah, that's true. I've never been a long board slider, dude, for sure. So that seems
that rail.
Right.
That rail was long. It wasn't a steep rail that you just get into a board side and make it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I never thought about that. Yeah, board slide might be just as gnarly.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of how I was thinking about it. It was that dude D.
Wow. Yeah, you're totally right.
Pretty insane.
What?
That board side.
I definitely read about that though.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like
I definitely think that's like
5-0.
A lot of people would sleep on that and not notice.
Yeah. I was surprised that we just saw the 50 out of Jamie.
You think he's going back there for more stuff?
I was honestly thinking that. I was like, yo, if we didn't see a nose grind, like maybe he's going back.
Dude, right? That's kind of what I saw that. I thought that immediately. I was like, why is he not trying nose grind? That's kind of like his thing, dude. Like we saw him do it down at that 20, like really long 20 stair or whatever, and he held that shit.
I bet. Yeah, I feel like nose grind would be the trick he would try. I mean, especially since it's been done.
Let me front feebled it, dude. Are you kidding?
That would be so gnarly to front feeble or back Smith. I mean, not that he couldn't do it, but I feel like nose grind would be the trick he would try.
The dude that did the board slide was cooking when he landed too.
Yeah, the board slide, because 5-0, you're kind of like, your tail and maybe even sometimes part of your heels hitting that rail a little bit. Yeah. Board slide, like, you're just gassing down that thing.
Dude, he was cooked by the time he got to the bottom. He was flying.
I know. It's so gnarly.
So it was tight.
Yeah, I'm not going to be shocked to see Jamie go back. What?
I wouldn't be surprised at all. I can pretty much guarantee that. Like, he did a 50-50, dude. This is the same guy that front croaked El Toro.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But what do you think about that rail? Like, okay, obviously it's a 40, but like it's stretched out. Like that rail looks fairly mellow, but really long.
Really long. That's the whole thing is the speed factor is that you're flying down that thing.
Yeah, but it's not like steep.
I guess. I mean, it's pretty gnarly, man. Definitely. I wouldn't say it was mellow.
Yeah. Yeah, nose grind.
But I get what you're saying for sure.
Anything front truck. Well, yeah, you know what I mean. It's not like it's like 2 El Toros. It's just like
Exactly. That's the point I'm trying to make. 2 El Toros.
That would be psycho. If it was like El Toro.
Dude, I watched Nigel K. Alexander's videos, and like, dude, this fool just goes there with like random dudes, and they just huck it down El Toro like twice a week.
Does anything go down, or is it just like sticks?
Ollies and then like 50-50s. That's really I think really all I've seen.
So buck. Dude, did you see I think it was a 32 that Frankie Villani 50?
Wow.
The curved one?
Dude, the fact that he put that on Instagram like blows my mind.
Well, he said that in the comments, like a few people were saying that it was someone 50'd it like 10 or 15 like a while ago.
Oh, okay.
So his reason for not using it was because it's already been done. But the fact that a trick of that caliber has been done, like that alone is just insane. But because it's been done,
dude, that handrail. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. That
At
makes
first, I was almost like, "What the fuck, dude? Like, what are you thinking putting this on Instagram?"
yeah,
You
it
know what
makes
I
sense.
mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I would have felt the
But
same way. Like if I had to read that comment, I was like, "Yo, what?" Like, especially the because he did it twice. Actually, they showed Primitive posted the first one he did. Like they're both clean, but he was kind of just like locked in different. I think the first one he's on his heels and he might pop to the side barely before it ends. And the second one he like locks in all pinched and just goes the whole thing. It was so crazy looking. That's just psycho.
I don't know. I like it.
Like I get it makes sense to me. Like it's been done, so he doesn't want to use it in his part. But just the fact that something that gnarly on Instagram is just pretty crazy to think about.
Yeah, I agree completely.
Frankie's the
That's where
man.
we're at, man.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
Haley
The
brothers.
progression's insane. And
We only
Frankie
got
needs
a
a
few more
board
months.
ASAP.
Yeah, no shit. Paul's not stupid. He knows. He
Balls
knows
nice.
what the streets need.
That's Drew's
What?
skater.
Drew? Who's that?
That's
Oh,
funny.
motherfucker, dude.
Mike, your boy Zion won a pool contest. Or bowl.
Dude, did you see the winning run?
Dude, the front shove on the bank wall was insane.
Like, how unreal is this kid, man? What is he, like 18, 19?
I think he's 19, 20.
That's insane, dude. How good is Zion right though? Like, let's be honest.
Yeah, it's out of control. It's like there's only so many dudes that skate Street League and then skate the Vans Park Series, and it's not like there's only so many that do that. And then like he's a dude that's in the finals at Street League, and then he's winning the Park Series.
Yep, doing
and
literally 3
different
360s and a 540 in the same fucking run.
Yeah, and a psycho front shove. Like I was tripping on the front shove.
Yeah.
Like, how do you front shove on that?
I can't even begin to tell you, dude. That sounds insane.
It
just sounds like really, really hard to do.
Yeah, and he blasted it.
Yeah, he's my favorite, dude. We all know that.
Yeah, I just think it's crazy to see. I think we're just going to obviously continue to see it as years come. Just dudes that can do it all in skate, Street League, and a Park Series contest.
Yeah, and especially with him being as young as he is, like, dude, he's just gonna keep doing and keep getting better and keep doing and keep winning. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
the more contests he does, it seems like the more comfortable he's getting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, dude, I don't know. I think Zion's a freak. I can't wait for another street part too, dude. Like, this dude just nonstop skates.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Like, holy shit, man. If you're Red Bull, dude, like, you're fired up. You know what I mean? You got this kid, this young dude who's winning everything in all the big contests. Like, shit.
Yeah, it's insane.
Assuming that's where, like, a big portion of his money's coming from is the Nike and the Red Bull shit.
Hey, don't forget about Hot Wheels.
Oh, yeah, he is sponsored by Hot Wheels. You're totally right.
How crazy
That's
is that?
sick. Him and Jagger?
Is Jagger on it?
I thought so. I could be wrong. I thought so.
I don't know.
I could be wrong.
What else we got here? Hart Pullman video checkout on Transworld. Did you see this?
I did not.
Oh my gosh. All right, Hart Pullman is a name I think I'd maybe just seen maybe tagged on Instagram before, never seen him skate. He has a checkout part on Transworld. He skates for Crooked, Spitfire, Huff. This dude, like, you had to have seen the kickflip on Instagram, I bet. It was like a bump over sidewalk that had a bench on it into the street. And he flipped, like, look, he flipped it late and just went straight to his feet. Like, it glued back to his feet so quick. And just
I love when that happens.
Oh, it was insane.
Yeah, that's the best.
Yeah, this dude.
Those kind of kickflips, those do look sick in clips too.
Yeah, and it feels incredible.
I feel like I think of the one from Kyle, No Way Out. Was that the video where like he does like the kickflip off like the
No
over
other
that
way.
like fence thing?
Wait, what is it called?
No other way. What did I say? No Way Out.
Yeah, No Way Out.
That was close, dude.
Yeah, the friggin' mega ramp roll into the bump over like acre of dirt. That one?
Oh, no, it's not the one I was thinking of, but that one is actually a better example.
Oh, were you talking about
God.
the one? Oh, the apartment rail thing.
Yep. Yeah, the apartment thing. Yeah,
Where you see the kids poke their look through the window.
that's one of my favorite Kyle clips.
Dude, it's insane. Yeah, but this dude Hart Pullman, like, I know you didn't see it, but basically I would just say definitely a name to look out for. And like after watching that, it just turns into one of those dudes. Like anytime I see his name, I want to watch him skate. I saw a lot of people post about it. I know he's at least living and probably like from LA area, and I think he either used to get Baker boards and like skates with some of those dudes like T-Funk in them. So I think we'll probably like see him and I don't know, some homie stuff with them, or just see them push his new footage come out when it does, which would be sick. It's just a new thing that I'm hyped to see more from, basically. And that part's insane.
Yeah, I'm not familiar.
Yeah, you should check it out.
What's his name?
Hart Pullman.
Interesting.
H-A-R-T.
Very interesting name.
What else do we got? We have Ishad wears rough cut.
Wow.
The insane thing to me.
Seeing him get smoked.
What?
Seeing him get smoked like that was insane.
Oh, that was gnarly. That 5-0. That's in San Diego.
I've never seen a shot get like tossed like that ever. So that was like crazy.
You said that, and I thought of a really bad slam. I mean, not that I even want to talk about this, but I thought of another time I've seen him get bodied, but I don't remember it. Yeah, he.
Oh, damn it.
You know what I was tripping on was the fact, honestly, like after that bad of a slam, I didn't think he was going to do the 5-0.
Right?
But he just 5-0.
That was a real bad slam too, man.
Yeah, that looked like the type of slam like I'm done for the night and I don't want to skate tomorrow. But he got the clip. But
because he's a shot, he's the skater of the year in 20.
He's just the best skater. What I was tripping on was how much footage was in that wasn't used in his part.
I thought the same thing.
Like, that was insane. Like, probably almost half those clips weren't in his video part.
Do you think it was half? Because I was almost thinking it was like more than half.
Yeah, I don't know.
I need to go back and watch the part because I was expecting more of a rough cut than like an entire different part.
Yeah, we'll see. Because I made the re-edit. Like, I turned almost every clip that wasn't used into a part of its own. And I think when I cut all the clips that were used, it was like 5 or so minutes. I think the rough cut was
crazy.
12. So almost half.
That's insane.
Right. And I made that into like a 3-minute edit, 3-minute part basically. And I didn't even use all of them because there was like a handful of rails he board slid, so I didn't want to put like 5 board sides, but like he could just toss that in like different video projects.
Right. I wonder why they chose to do it that way.
It could be like footage that he doesn't feel like it's worthy of being in a part. Like that might sound insane to us, but it's possible that he feels that way,
Oh yeah. I mean, we've seen him get like very particular with his footage. Remember, with his the filming for the push part.
Yeah.
He was like very particular with how he wanted shit to look.
Which is rad.
I think it's sick.
I love hearing that dudes are like that. Especially just with how much footage comes out, it's cool to hear someone that really cares about, like, they want to feel proud of the footage that they're putting out and they want it to look a certain way, whether it's like filmed a certain way or they just want to do the trick the way they want to. That's always sick.
I agree, especially with somebody like him who's like, the man.
Yeah.
Like, he's not trying to put out no bullshit.
Exactly. But it is insane that footage that wasn't used in his part literally could have made up a whole nother part, but that's just how he chose
Of,
to.
like, good. Yeah, like it's not even just like a filler, like throwaway part. Like it's all like still dope and like gnarly rails and shit.
I mean, he had the Ishad prequel. I think that's what it was called, prequeling Ishad before Chronicles came out, and that part's insane, and that's just extra footage from Chronicles too.
Right.
So wild. I had a great time editing together all this unused footage into a little part. It was super fun.
I was gonna say, you doing that or what?
What'd you say?
You remix guy now?
No, not remix guy. It's like the second one I've ever done. But it was like my favorite skater just put out a bunch of footage that isn't gonna be in a video with the song, so like I might as well do it, you know? As I was watching his rough cut, like when I was like, dude, there's so much footage that's not used, like I'm just gonna download it. Like I didn't even finish watching the rough cut yet. Downloaded the whole thing. Finished watching the rough cut while I was downloading, and then cut like all the unused footage. Kind of just try to piece it together. Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. But no, not remix. I'll leave that for Quarter Snacks and Daniel Policelli. They got the remixes on lock.
Huh?
Quarter Snacks and Daniel.
Did you I forgot what I was gonna say now. Forget it.
Okay. What else do we got? We have Bump and Grind.
Oh shit, Tanner Van Vark.
Dude.
Wow. That guy is like pro level good as an AM can get. Like holy hell, dude.
Mike, like I told you before we went live, this is like a grade A skate video. This is amazing.
I agree.
It's a handful of dudes we haven't heard of.
Like it's one of those like you might skip over or whatever because the name is kind of goofy or blah 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 whatever. But like as a skate fan and if you're a listener of this show, I'm just gonna straight up tell you like you should definitely go watch that.
It's 38 minutes, but it's hard to stop watching it.
Yeah.
It's like a Seattle area video. I know 35th North, one of the shops up there, like their logos at the beginning, they sponsored the video. There's a lot of footage in that Pacific Northwest area. I know there were some San Francisco clips as well. I'll read off. I have right here the list of dudes that are in it: Patrick Hayes, Noah Holmes, Zach Speaks, Ryan Cardes, Trevor Clark, Joseph Reinhardt, Tanner Van Vark, Simon Bannerot, and Greg DeHart. Which I'd heard of, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 of these dudes. Obviously Simon, Tanner, Greg, and I don't know if I'd heard of any of the rest. But all in all,
Simon Tanner for me.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. That dude Trevor Clark's footage was incredible. I loved his skating.
Where was he at in the video?
He's like 2 dudes before Tanner. He does a line with, he skates like this, you know those like, what is that called? Like, it's kind of like a flat bar thing on each side because it's like a loading ramp. Usually like going to a building, you know, like a big truck shipping will like back into it. They're kind of like flat bars that go up. He has that line where he does a front board and ollie over to fakie. And he did that trick.
Yeah.
He had a really cool line.
I think I know exactly what you're talking about because it was like one of like the weird things from the video.
Yeah, that dude was tight. And then like Tanner went off in this thing. Wally to lip slide.
Wow, yeah, that was insane.
Psycho.
His front 3 is so proper.
Dude, front 3 to back 3. That's such a cool line. Such a
dude, I completely agree. That was like my favorite thing in his part, probably.
And I mean, I think we have to mention one of the like we see gnarly kink rails all the time these days. That 50-50 he did was so heavy.
That's like fucking pro level stuff right there. Like, dude, he's gonna have his name on a board before we know it, man. I guarantee it. That dude is the shit.
Yeah.
100%.
I mean, I don't think anybody could deny that. Like, he's insane. And what I get really hyped on is he seems to be one of those dudes that can kind of do everything, at least to an extent, from what we've seen. He'll get super bucked behind this insane rail, but it's sick on Instagram. Like he'll just do the most psycho sloppy thing on a curb. Like it's so tight.
Yeah, I've seen Nate post like pool footage of him too.
Yeah, which is so sick, dude. It's crazy. It's like what we were talking about with Zion, just like this whole generation of dudes that can skate it all and can skate it all super well.
And they're all young as hell.
Yeah. Simon's part was rad too. Simon tailslide frontside flip over the stairs.
Is he the Lakai guy or no?
Simon, yeah, he's in the flare. First part.
Okay. Sick, dude. But I actually knew who the hell I was talking about.
Yeah.
What was it last week that I said when I confused Aiden Campbell with Dylan Whitkin?
Yeah, that was last week.
And I was so sure. I was just so sure.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know, dude. And you're like, no, it was Dylan Whitkin. And I was over here thinking, I don't know, I didn't say it, but I was like, I don't think Dylan Whitkin's even on King of the Road.
That's hilarious. It'd be like that, dude. We do a live show. Fuck it.
Yeah, that's just part of it. And Mike, you're right. Tyshawn Jones is opening a restaurant, so you're gonna smack me next time.
Thank you for that. So yeah, smack's back.
Oh, that's amazing. Right after the show, I went and watched that video clip that Strobeck had posted where Tyshawn's talking to his teacher. And like the last thing he says, like, oh, you whatever, grab a plate and get food, whatever he said. I was like, dude.
Yeah, he says like grab a plate and eat for free or some shit.
Yeah. And once I heard him say that, I was like, oh, this dude has to be opening a restaurant. And then like literally like 10 minutes
literally how
he posted a photo, like restaurant opening, whatever, follow the account, you know. I was like, no way, Mike.
That's literally how people. That's how people who own restaurants talk, dude. They're like, yeah, stop on by, come get you something to eat, come.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I knew it, dude.
Yeah, that's
as
far as our topic list takes us.
Really?
Yeah,
kind of a short week now.
Yeah, it was fairly short. Unless you have any other anything else you want to debate about. San Diego had a bird out.
The only thing I can think of. I don't know why you didn't go, dude.
I was working.
Oh, that sucks.
I was like,
the only thing I was gonna mention. No, the only thing I was gonna mention was Sinclair posting that that like mock-up of that Leo Romero board. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Oh, was it the alien one?
Yeah. Did you know that was even like a thing?
No, I've never heard anyone mention that ever.
Me either. That was clearly it was a Don Pendleton graphic too.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. That's insane that we've never heard that mentioned at all.
Ever. If not what we're talking about, Mike Sinclair posted a photo on his story of a mock-up of a Leo Romero alien workshop board that looked like it was from like the Minefield era.
Yeah.
And that he was also in that video. Like, are you kidding?
That would have been insane.
Around that time when he was grinding up rails before anyone was even thinking of that?
Yeah, exactly.
Wild, huh? I don't know. I don't know why. Like I don't know how. I've never heard that ever, or just now seeing this, but it's so sick that he showed that.
Yeah, it is really cool that he posted. It's always rad to see stuff that didn't happen, but at least you get to hear about it, you know?
I always think that's like, for some reason, I just think that's so rad.
This is
when you see stuff that like never happened.
Yeah, I'll never forget that photo of the Sean Malto Adidas.
Yeah, for sure. And their Diego S shoes.
Yeah, Kelly bringing them out on the nightclub.
Yeah, that was nuts, dude.
That was a crazy. Whose episode was that on?
I don't do it. He was so ready with those shoes and ready to talk about them.
Whose episode was it though?
I can't remember.
I don't remember either. Oh, it was Ryan Clements. It was Ryan Clements because he was saying like how I think Clements kind of helps Diego or whatever, manages what deals with some sponsor stuff, and Clements was talking to Adidas for him. And
wait, did you find out what episode it was? I froze up. My bad.
Oh, you're good. Yeah, the Ryan Clements episode.
Oh, that's one of my favorites. That's probably why I remember it so well.
Yeah. It's because I remember Clements was saying how he was kind of dealing with Adidas for Diego, and Kelly was like, yeah, Diego wasn't really communicating with me what was going on because he like couldn't talk about it yet. It was all still in the works.
Yep. And then there was like no hard feelings talk and all that other shit. And
Yeah,
yep,
and Kelly pulls the shoes
I
off.
remember.
Yeah.
What's your favorite? I have a favorite episode.
My all-time favorite 9 Club.
Yeah.
Shoot. Either I can't pick.
Shad.
I love Braggs. I love Clements. Wrecking Ball for pure.
I like Ishad's a lot.
Yeah, Shad's
dude.
so funny and sick.
It's either Ishad or Wade still.
Oh yeah, I like Wade's, but I wouldn't choose it as like my top 5. I don't think. I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Correct. All that karate talk was great.
You know what's funny is this super like towards the beginning of the 9 Club. Davis's is hilarious.
Oh yeah, Torey.
Yeah, and I love Davis Torey skating, and just like hearing it, the whole thing was sick.
Yeah, that's where Crop came from.
Yeah, Torey launched Krob.
Yeah.
Look now Chris Roberts has the Krob board graphics, thanks to Torey. Mike, one thing I just realized I didn't write down, but you texted me about was Andy Roy posting that he skates for Ace now.
What I wanted to talk about was the caption. I didn't like under. It like says something about like him, but then he can't get behind a company that's something like it didn't like it was like jumbled English and it didn't make sense.
I'll read it right here. It says, "I rode indies all my life, but I can't back a toy company." And he continues.
What?
And then later on, he says, "You won't see no Darth Vader Ace trucks coming out. Stay true to skateboarding."
Did Independent do like a Star Wars collab or something?
I don't know. That makes me just want to Google it real quick.
I'm assuming that's what he's talking. I didn't understand that caption one fucking bit. I was so confused by that.
Legitimately, Mike, the way I read it like Andy Roy was saying it.
I always read his captions like he's saying it. That's kind of what I like about him.
I don't see any indie Darth Vader trucks, but that doesn't mean they're not like dropping later
in the process.
Year. I mean, obviously we've seen Santa Cruz, which is NHS collab with Star Wars and many other things. So I don't know if it's just like saying that he doesn't want to be a part of it at all, or if Indy's doing it next. I don't know, but that's pretty crazy. Yeah, that's really.
I mean, yeah, that's cool. Andy Roy's getting sponsors. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's it.
Dude, real quick to go back to the Birdhouse demo that I wasn't there for, but Tony Hawk did Tony Hawk goes out of the bowl, right? Like he's coming up towards the coping, does a front flip, like without his board, just like out. You saw
I don't know who I saw posted, but it was so tight. And he reacts to the crowd and shit. I was like, dude, that was so sick.
Yeah.
Like what a showman, dude.
Like being in San Diego, we see, like people in skating, especially that was at Linda Vista Park. It's like this huge park. A lot of people want to travel and come skate it now. So it's not like we never see pro skateboarders. But honestly, there really isn't actually demos here too much, probably in terms of like we already see a lot of pros. But it was cool for a demo to happen here. I know like a lot of kids went with their parents, which is always rad to see. I was working at the shop, which is 3 blocks from the park.
Did you guys get business from it?
Dude, yeah, I brought a ton of people over. It was really sick. It was a rad day.
Was Slappy's involved in that demo at all?
No, so obviously Birdhouse is through Baker Boys now. The Baker Boys rep that posted about the demo going on tagged us, kind of just to let people know, but we didn't have any direct influence. But it's we're the shop right next to the park, so it brought so many people down. It brought people down like hours before the demo. People were coming in trying to buy whatever Tony Hawk Birdhouse boards that we had, which is of
course.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was sick. It was really cool to see, and even the next day, I worked the following day too, and like a dad came in with his kid, and his kid had his hat signed by Tony Hawk, and he wanted to get aboard because he's all fired up on skating now because he watched the demo, which it's just sick to see.
That's like the best part about demos, dude, is that shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Love.
Yeah, it's tight.
I like Linda Vista Park. It's my shit.
That's your local?
Yeah, that's the local. I would skate that park. It has everything I like to skate there.
Yeah, it has a hip. That's all you need, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I think that's a wrap for episode 164. I'm Grant Fiera with Mike Medina, and we'll be back in a week with episode 165. Peace.
Damn.
Bye. Bye, Mike.